Title: Stoic Fire, Buddhist Calm. Forge unshakable self-belief like Marcus Aurelius and the Buddha. Chapter 1. The Emperor's Inner Torch. In the great Senate of Rome, young Marcus Aurelius rode on a chariot past the marble columns, listening to the clamor of senators and merchants alike. One afternoon, the emperor was faced with a cruel decree that would strip his nephew of his citizenship. The crowd roared, but Marcus stood quiet, his mind ablaze not with anger, but with a steady fire of purpose. He wrote later, "The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it." This moment, where the weight of power does not melt the soul into turmoil, belies the Stoic truth that our internal fire is forged not by external forces, but by deliberate discipline. Motivational insight. The lesson here is that, when you feel the heat of criticism or hardship, you can choose to ignite a resilience that transcends circumstance. Your thoughts become the forge. How to apply today. When a project stalls, pause and observe your emotions. Instead of reacting, frame the setback as data. Write a brief note: what can this teach me? The clarity of mind that Marcus practiced is simply a disciplined habit of reframing. The rhythm of that internal fire, when tempered with reason, keeps a founder anchored while the market winds shift. Conclusion. Marcus's quiet fire shows that unwavering self-belief starts before the battle. Within the mind, we become a fortress. Call to action. If this sparks your inner flame, share and subscribe so we can keep this fire burning. Reflective question. What current storm could you transform into an opportunity by reshaping the narrative in your mind? Chapter 2. The Lotus Among Ashes. Long before stone tablets recorded his mantra, Siddhartha Gautama walked beside a river with a herd of oxen. A beggar appeared, and all were shocked by the silent question, "Why would you bow to a man who could have taken shelter in a temple?" The beggar, wounded, taught the prince the futility of external safety. Siddhartha realized that calm does not come from the world, but from within, like a lotus rising unstained through murky water. Staying present, he transcended suffering without clinging to craving. The bud of enlightenment, formed by detachment, remained impervious to the harsh winds of life. Motivational insight. Buddhist calm is the practice of cultivating mindfulness in the midst of chaos. Detachment does not mean indifference. It means viewing life from a wider horizon so that each event does not grip you. How to apply today. Set aside 5 minutes each morning for a silent breath practice. Notice each inhale and exhale without judgment. Acknowledge the thoughts that arise, then let them drift. In a stressful meeting, pause, breathe, and observe. This simple routine resets emotional circuitry and reduces impulsive reactions. Mindfulness becomes a shield that keeps personal growth on the right track while business markets oscillate. Conclusion. The bud of calm does not grow in comfortable gardens. It blooms amongst the ashes of doubt. Call to action. If you felt the weight of worry, share and subscribe so we can grow this community of mindful warriors. Reflective question. What emotional weight has been limiting your decisions, and how might a moment of mindful breathing alter its impact? Chapter 3. The Bridge of Balance. In ancient China, a bamboo bridge spanned a river between two villages. A weary traveler crossed in storm, and a wise elder paused, showing him that the wood was not meant to endure a sudden shock. The elder taught, "When you push too hard, the branch splits. When you yield, it absorbs." The traveler learned that true strength comes from flowing with the current, not resisting it. Similarly to the Taoist idea of Wu Wei, action without force, this parable illustrates that when we align with the natural course of events, our energy remains unfractured. Motivational insight. Balance is not static. It is an ever-shifting state achieved by listening to the forces around us and adjusting with grace. How to apply today. In a hectic workday, monitor your energy levels. If you feel depleted, instead of fighting to press on, shift your task to something low energy yet productive. For example, switch from client meetings to data analysis when fatigue hits. This adjustment mirrors the bamboo's gentle yielding, preserving your stamina for longer. You can also practice small, gentle pivots. In decision-making, when an idea stalls, take a brief detour to gather perspective, then return with refined clarity. Conclusion. Life's bridge teaches us that yielding can be the sharpest form of strength, and calm, when practiced, is a fire that never burns out. Call to action. If you resonate with the idea of mastering flow, please like, share, and subscribe for more insight and support on this path. Reflective question. When have you resisted a natural course because of rigidity, and how might a softer approach have yielded better outcomes? Chapter 4. The shadow of discipline. The ancient battlefield of Thermopylae stands as the most famous example of disciplined will. When vastly outnumbered, the Spartans marched forward, their hearts forged by rigorous training and a single purpose. King Leonidas, with his 300 warriors, commanded, "Do not be afraid to die." Their steadfastness became legendary, showing that discipline can conquer might. This story mirrors the Stoic commitment to personal ethics and self-control. Discipline is not punishment. It is a personal covenant that aligns intention and action. Motivational insight. The heart of self-belief is self-discipline. We build confidence by mastering ourselves, not by chasing external validation. How to apply today. Choose one habit that undermines your goals, perhaps procrastination or over-reliance on social media. Enforce a pro-habits calendar for just 30 days. Each morning, greet the habit with the phrase, "I am in charge of this choice." When you see the urge, replace it with a productive micro-task. After 30 days, you'll notice a tangible shift in confidence, just as the Spartans' discipline forged legend. Conclusion. Discipline turns a fledgling flame into an unwavering flame that can face any siege. Call to action. If you are ready to guard your inner fire, like, share, and subscribe. Let's become disciplined warriors together. Reflective question. Which single habit, if mastered, would most strengthen your self-belief and why? Chapter 5. The fire and the water myrrh. In mythic times, a forge master discovered a rare stone. When struck, it sang. He struck it gently, noting that the song grew louder when the stone was cooled by cool air. He realized that power is amplified when heat is balanced with water. The flame needs a breeze of calm. In modern life, the synergy of Stoic fire, resilience, clarity, and Buddhist calm, mindfulness, detachment, creates a dynamic that drives sustainable success. Motivational insight. Self-belief is not just intensity. It is an integrated system of energy and stillness. The fire of action is moderated by the calm of reflection, preventing burnout while maintaining progress. How to apply today. Implement a power pause cycle. After completing each significant project milestone, take a short pause to reflect what worked, what didn't, and how it felt. Use this insight to adjust for the next cycle. The cycle mirrors the forge, heat to shape, cooling to preserve. Conclusion. When the Stoic fire meets Buddhist calm, the result is a self-belief so unshakable that it becomes a compass, guiding without turbulence. Call to action. If this fusion feels like a new direction, please like, share, and subscribe. Together, we will keep the forge alive while the calm keeps us grounded. Reflective question. How can you incorporate both disciplined intensity and mindful calm into a single framework that drives your personal or professional growth? Philosophy Spotlight. Stoicism, Mastering the Inner Forge. Stoicism, as articulated by Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, teaches that the world may toss storms our way, but the only thing truly under our control is our perception and response. In simple words, you can't change the wind, but you can decide how to sail. Historical anchor, Marcus Aurelius. The Roman emperor scribbled in his Meditations the reminder that the universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. He lived a life of public duty and private practice, proving that even the mightiest can cultivate inner peace. Extracted lessons for modern context. 1. Cognitive reappraisal. When a project fails, view the setback not as a loss but as data that informs future strategy. This mindset turns failure into a learning engine, boosting resilience in high-pressure markets. 2. Control distinction. Distinguish between what you can influence, your actions, decisions, attitude, and what you cannot, market volatility, other people's responses. Focus energy on controlling your inner response, which creates calmer decision-making. 3. Endurance through virtue. Virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance becomes the foundation of unshakable self-belief. Practicing ethical conduct consistently strengthens self-trust, as you know your actions align with higher principles. Connection to the theme. The Stoic fire of discipline will find its counterpart in the Buddhist calm of mindful detachment. Together, Stoicism provides the flame, intention, and perseverance, while Buddhism offers the cooling, presence without attachment. In a rapidly changing business environment, this duality becomes your personal resilience engine. Takeaway. To forge unshakable self-belief, start each day by writing a brief intention that reminds you that you own your reactions. When life is volatile, remember Marcus's words. The universe is change, your life becomes what your thoughts make it. Harness that thought to keep your personal flame burning bright, yet tempered with mindful calm. Final call to action. If this journey of blending Stoic fire with Buddhist calm has sparked a transformative fire in you, please like, share, and subscribe. Join us weekly as we continue to unlock ancient wisdom for today's self-growth, business, and personal mastery. Thank you for being part of this voyage toward an unshakable self-belief.